This week at the Normandy Window, I get a new toy. The warm weather returns. I managed to break loads of things. The mitre saw is put through its paces and the shed becomes more of a workshop. I become a human excavator and moan a lot. We have our first mini harvest and I'm on my knees in the veg patch. Come join us. Hello. In the last video, I said I was weighing off time against money when thinking about buying some tools I need. Well, as you can see, I'm at Brico Marché, which means I decided time was the more pressing factor, so I need to buy an impact driver. But I'm also at Intermarché. I'm going to do a bit of food shopping. I fancy spag bowl. Well, we're back to it being ridiculously hot again. That small reprieve was a small reprieve. I'm having a day of highs and lows. So my high is I bought my impact driver. It's lovely. Just charging some batteries. Very happy with it. And this is my low. So this is a 4-ton ratchet strap, double-ended. I didn't realise you could get double-ended ones, but you can, and I've got one. I picked this up for the bargain price of £9 at car boot sale in Brighton. And when I bought that load of timber, I secured it with this before I came home. But somehow, either the taking it off or the tightening it, I've twisted it. And I seem to have rendered it useless the first time I used it. I'm really cross with myself. I've spent about an hour trying to untangle it and I'm absolutely stuck. I can't do anything with it. So, again, probably my error. I left both the lawnmowers outside for a couple of nights because we were working on the shed, and now this one has gone from being driven to park to not starting. So I'm going to leave it in the shed for a couple of days, see if any moisture that's got in evaporates. But I don't know if moisture's got in the fuel tank, in which case it's clicking over, but it's just not starting. Hopefully this is a win though. Using the miter saw in the shed, no extension lead. That's fantastic. Oh, that's good enough for me. Well, that isn't going anywhere. So now I've got to do the top one, which doesn't sound as much fun, but let's try and do what we did on the bottom one. So we go into one of those beams, first of all, then we've got it held, then we can get it level, then we can fix it. Okay, but before we attach any more timber, that support needs to go, and I know I've screwed into that from the outside, so I need to undo that. Also, so the point of using the OSB was we could then put metal siding on the outside. However, as you can see, small obstacle in this corner. So I think before I put anything else on the inside, I need to move as much of that pile as I can. Okay, you can see I managed to lift out a pile of stone. The only problem is, well, first of all, it looks much better down there. I've got room to get the metal siding down now. But, so I've got this beautiful 300-year-old remnants of a building next to the shed. Here, I'm moving stones down below it and these are wobbling. I really don't know whether I should just push the whole thing backwards, stone by stone. It's such a shame, but in honesty, it's so dangerous. And even when I put the metal siding on, if this decides to come down, you know, it's really not going to do the shed any good. And then here's the other problem. Sorry, I'm having a moaning day. But here's the reality, yeah? So I did buy the impact driver today because I want to get on. And like I said, I was going to sleep on it. And I thought, you know what? Just buy it. Then you can carry on with the work. But the other thing is, the wood won't stay up on its own. So I thought, oh, while I'm over in Brico Marche, I'll buy a pack of wood screws. And the screws I'm using are 6mm by 100mm length. So 60 of them in Brico Marche was €29. I've just checked on the Screwfix website, and I'll put the price up here. £11.09 for 100. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to continue with the wood I've got, the screws I've got, get as far as I can, and then pause, restock in the UK. As I say, I'm in the UK by the time you see this in about 11 days. Screwfix do an offer. They're for $19.99. It's about 6 boxes of screws, including a pack of the 100mm. So, and I think that's $19.99. So for about €10 less than what I would pay for 60 screws in France, I will get 100 in the UK and 5 other boxes of screws. Right. Honestly, whinge. Look at it. It's a beautiful day out there. It's Friday. I'm going pizza and chips. Right. Let's see what tomorrow has in store. I kind of know what tomorrow has in store. First blackberries of the year. They are early. Everything else is green. But there's this one bush where they're ready. So I've just watered the potatoes, the tomatoes and the courgettes. Tomatoes are coming into flower, which is great. Courgettes look like they're going really strong. I think I need to spend some time today weeding. Where I think I'm putting the nettle fertilizer down, it's encouraging weed growth. So I think that's a job for today. I've also been bottling up some of my nettle fertilizer. I'm giving that to friends. If The drone fly that infested it have gone, which is great. But if that's, I think maybe that's a 50-litre container and you dilute it 1 to 10. I've got the equivalent of 500 litres of nettle fertiliser, so I don't need that. So I'm giving it away to anyone I meet, basically, gets nettle fertiliser. But the big job of the day, which I alluded to in the last clip, I'm off shortly to visit a friend who has recently completed their first visa renewal. So I'm going over there today to have a chat with them, just so I know exactly what it is I need to be submitting. I'll be honest, it's given me anxiety a little. I'm not very anxious, but it's given me a little bit of anxiety. Life's great, you know. I need to get this application correct because, you know, long may it continue. Right, okay. I'm going scruffy, but I don't think they care.
Who's scruffy looking?
Oh, I need that wine. So it is 7 in the evening. 19 and I have spent most of today thinking about and prepping my visa application renewal. And I think I've made good progress. Still loads to do. I need to do some photocopying. There's some more documents I need to obtain for a renewal because I'm applying in France. Anything that isn't in French has to be translated. So I need to contact a state sworn translator. But I do have details of one of those. I've been in France 9 months. Can you believe that? That just seems crazy. It's gone in the blink of an eye. And the message of the channel is improve something every day. It's also make the most of every day because blink and you miss it, yeah? So I was sitting there enjoying a glass and I thought, do you know what? I said this morning I needed to do some weeding, so enough of the admin for the day. I don't spend enough time in the garden. There's so much going on with the infrastructure at the moment. Next year I want to spend a lot more time just in this little patch. Let's cut some grass and do some weeding. Well, there you go. I'm a lot happier with that. People are laughing at me. They're saying 5 courgette plants I'll be able to feed entire France. Time for a beer. Okay, I have run out of wood, but that is all my horizontal levels in place. The shed slope, so that's why they are kind of at different heights. That was lovely. Hardly any wastage on a 4-meter beam. And the first upright in place. So now I need to calculate how much more wood I need to buy for my 400mm centres. They say a lover of classical music is someone who can hear the William Tell Overture without thinking of the Lone Ranger. Personally, I can't. Right, I'm calling it there for this week. Hope you enjoyed, hope it was entertaining. Please feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe. If you want to, you can support the channel, buy me a coffee. Thanks for watching. Have a great week. See you next time.